Yeah, so we originally did it in 2018, and what would have turned out is we picked a bad wall. The wall, cinder block wall, has a lot of moisture in it, and it just took the mural off. It started almost immediately, and it wouldn't have survived much longer. There was no way to fix the mural. So what we've done, or not, actually had nothing to do with this. They put these panels on with a little space in between on studs. These seams will get filled in, and they're going to paint it. So this mural will stay for a long time. There's nothing that can make that happen again.
This will be a different mural, though. You've done so many on the sides of buildings and having to deal with all the things.
A lot different. And, you know, in the art world, though, like there's a lot of different surfaces you can, like canvas, and then they make surfaces like this to paint on in smaller sizes. You get used to it. It's actually will be a lot easier because, you know, I'm not going to have all the texture that a cinder block wall or brick wall would have. So in some ways, it'll be a perfect mural to paint.
I know it was an honor for you to do it the last time.
Yeah.
And I will be again this time just because of what Johnny Johnson meant to you and the community.
Yeah, and I think the community saw that as like an important, you know, a mural to have. I was just a very small part of it, but there's a huge group. The RappArts group is the one. RappArts is the one that is funding this and taking care of this, and you know, I guess they realized, or they wanted it to be here. They didn't want it to just rot and fall away, and I think it was very important to them and a lot of people that it be restored.
Now, it captured Johnny Johnson so perfectly. I mean, you were using a photograph.
Yeah, a photograph that appeared in the Freelance Star of him painting in his studio on Charles Street. And of course, we had the big celebration. You were here, where it might have been maybe a couple hundred people.
Yeah.
Where we had the unveiling, and Johnny actually wrote on or contributed to the mural. Unfortunately, we won't be able to have that this time, but he'll certainly be here in spirit.
It was he wrote "Bill is great," and then you found out that's what he wrote on.
Yeah, so we wanted him to contribute something. So I brought a palette down, and I had no idea what he was going to write. And what he wrote was "Bill is great," and I was horrified when that happened because I didn't understand. I was like, "Why would you write that?" I was like, I felt embarrassed. But it turns out, like if you bought a painting from him, or he did a commission for you, on the back he would write "Ted is great," or "Bill is great," or "Gabe is great," or whatever. But that was kind of his thing, and I didn't know that. So I think I haven't figured it out exactly. But in this one, I might write "Johnny is great." I'd feel better than writing "Bill is great" again.
Yeah, that's great.
I got to put one piece on my palette here.
There you go.
Come on, Brandon, get it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny.
Good job. Give us a moment. We want to take a picture with you and your family.
So the process. When do you start, or what? How will you do all this?
So there's multiple paints that we use for this, but one of the main paints that I used that would look a little bit more like a traditional oil painting has to be 55 overnight for it to dry correctly. So we're waiting for it just to get slightly warmer. As it is, like tonight, it'll probably be that, but not consistently. We're just trying to look for maybe to get a solid 2 weeks of. That's about, I think, what it'll take. 2 weeks of 55 overnight.
I guess, have you ever done this where you've redone a mural?
No, it's funny for me, and I think a lot of artists feel this way. Sometimes it's hard to do the same thing twice.
Yeah.
Like they always feel like a puzzle, right? So you solve the puzzle, and then somebody. Now this is different, of course, you know, because I was, you know, honored that they asked me to do it again, and so it'll be interesting. It'll be probably slightly different in just some areas. Most people won't notice them. But no, I've never done it before.
Doing a mural is so interesting because just even here talking to you, I mean, people come by and wave and honk the horn, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's neat, right? I think art should be that way, where people can watch it being made, and I think the people that probably work here every day, they'll drive by and see it slightly different. I think that's kind of cool. I don't mind it. I think some artists may, but I like that. I think that's kind of neat. I think it's cool. You know, it's funny, not a totally different mural, but I remember repainting the Access Ice Center mural.
Yeah.
And I'm painting it up there on the scaffolding. It had been there for a bunch of years. I was just cleaning it up, and somebody drove by and we're stuck in traffic, and they're like, "You're doing way better than the first guy. That guy was terrible." And of course, I was that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we won't get that.